Well, we now have a bit more direction on where to find more sanctum keys. We're going to grab the allowance. We also, in theory, there we go, there's the foundation. Does not reset each day. We now have a foundation room here, which lets us go up and down to the sanctum pretty easily, I guess. That'll be useful if we go for that trophy that says do it very quickly. Which one is that here? There you go. Reach room 46 in under an hour. I think we could definitely do that now that we have this foundation as a shortcut. But I'm not terribly interested in doing that at this moment. Let's head out to the outer room, see what we have as options for today. The sanctum keys, one of them is in a clock tower. One of them is in the room with the chair, which I believe is the drawing room. So we need to go to the drawing room and have a look around there, see what we can find. We have a tomb, the hovel, and the root cellar. I might take the tomb here. Each time you draft a dead end in your house, spread 5 money in the tomb. And then we also have incentive to go explore it if we manage to make the light glass. What was it called? The burning glass? And the power hammer. Because I think one of those two things gets us a secret passageway in the tomb, which I wouldn't mind unlocking just to be able to say I did it. Let's open the central door. We've got a book to read, we've got an apple to eat. Oh, maybe we don't have a book to read. Swimbird, the fixed stars. Oh, have we read them all? History of Orindia, I think we have. Okay. That's your guide to Reddington. We've actually read all of these, so we now need to get the we need to get the bookstore. Hopefully it shows up here. Bookshop, that's the one. That was easy. I can rotate it, and that would be a good idea. Thank you, Dovecoat. The trophy room is not an option for us. The bridge and the gown. Bridge and the gown. So, according to what I've been doing with the paintings, this, in theory, is a G. Dress. Bridge. Bride. Bridge and bride. Oh, okay, there you go. Yep, that makes sense. Good. That would be G. Easy. So we can write that in, and I think that guarantees the E as a letter for that first column on this row. So I'm going to write that in the guaranteed section instead of just the possible section. There we go. Bridge and bride. Ah, that's a clever one. We are headed into the bookshop. I have 40 money to spend. We could go there first. Yeah, let's go there first. I was thinking we could also just turn around and head through the entrance hall again. What's this over here? A new clue sold out in hours. We do want to buy that for sure. I have 40. I could buy the Curse of the Black Bridge, or the Curse of Black Bridge. Do we want to save up? History of Orindia first edition. Actually, yeah. Because we read History of Orindia, but it was largely censored. We couldn't read much in it. So that's going to have useful information, I'm sure. And a new clue has information about our mother, I assume. The Curse of Black Bridge. I have no clue what this would be about. Let's save up. We'll do some more exploring, see what money we can get. This door is black for some reason. We have a sledgehammer. Ooh. And an A. Hey, guess what? This, pray and pry. Ah, that makes sense. It makes sense now that I know what the letter is. Pray and pry. That's a good one. We'll put an A in our notes here. We got ourselves a sledgehammer. Any other items? No, that's it. So I need to be a little bit selective with where I put the workroom. Kind of want to put the workroom in places we haven't figured out yet. If I had... Oh, I'm really hoping that we can reach the foundation from below. I haven't actually confirmed that. Probably should have confirmed that before doing what we've done here. We'll head to the tomb, pick up our money, and then we're going down to the reservoir area to see whether we can go up the elevator. I'm hoping it didn't reset yesterday. All right, here's the tomb. We got to search around for cash. We did find a thing saying that the candles with gems on them do special things when lit. So there we are. We want to light those 2 candles. And we'll look around. I don't know where the cache is. There's also something going on with these statues. I have previously lowered their arms, and I see that the arms are raised again, so that didn't stick. Is there money over here? No. Should have 10 coins down here, I think. Oh, here we go. 2 more gem-encrusted candles. Suspicious looking wall. That's another suspicious looking wall. Oh, there's our money. There we go. Good. And then I wonder if we could light these candles as well. So hopefully we can make that the glass burner or whatever it is. Burning glass. That requires a metal detector and a magnifying glass. So we'll need to find those if we can. We have 64 coins. Let's head on down. Hopefully the elevator is available to us, because then we can come up, hopefully find a vault, and then hopefully find a bedroom, and we'll have enough coins for all those books. If not, though, it's not the end of the world. We can come back and buy one of the books. I think of the 3 options, we'll probably go for the history of Orvin, because I'm very interested in solving the sigils, and I think that a history book is probably going to give us some good information about the countries. So I would like to get that. Having said that, that history book was pretty much just about Orvind Ares and Fen Ares. So maybe it doesn't have much information about the other sigils. Oh no! The elevator is up there. Oh, that's a real shame. So what's the benefit of this foundation thing then? Huh. Well, that's too bad. Okay. There was a note saying that the room on the back side of the foundation would have the lever, but we were in the solarium. I didn't see a lever in there. Is there anything to be done down here? Sanctum? I don't think so. Yeah, we'll head back. That foundation elevator, I really don't quite get it. It just doesn't seem very good unless you start the day with a key card. And the only way to start the day with a key card would be to get lucky with the moon pendant, or to have the outer room be a coat check because of the blessing of the monk, and have coat checked the key card. But I'm never going to do that because I like to have the emerald bracelet available. Purchase a history of Orindia or a new clue? It's a tough choice. Or the Curse of the Black Bridge, but since we can afford one of the greater cost ones, we'll go with those. Let's get the History of Orindia first edition. There it goes. Coupon book coming in for the 1 coin savings. Can I draft it now? Or not draft it, but request it? Oh, yes, I can. History of Orindia first edition. Great. Next time we come to the library, we'll be reading some stuff we're not allowed to read. And I don't think I have anything to do in the workshop. We have the broken lever and the sledgehammer, but nothing else. I think we need to do the broken lever, sledgehammer, and was it the battery or something along those lines? Yeah, I think I need the battery here as well. There's not a battery on the table, is there? No. Okay. Well, we still learned something, so that's good. Okay, call it a day. Sometimes you get a little bit unlucky, but also I was operating with not full knowledge. I didn't realize that the foundation wouldn't be accessible from below. I was thinking because I lowered the elevator yesterday that it would let me just go into the elevator. But alas, that is not the case, so I should have drafted a non-dead end. But, oh well. Now we know, and I won't make the same mistake ever again. Back to the outer room. Man, we're starting every day with 40 coins. That is amazing. When we started this game, 20 coins seemed like an enormous amount. Even like 10 coins seemed like a lot. When I saw the metal detector for costing 10 coins, I was thinking, man, there's no way I'm going to be spending 10 coins on it. Of course, now I realize it pays itself off pretty quickly, but let's take tool shed. Oh, the schoolhouse. Oh, I would like to go through the schoolhouse and potentially get the final exam. Let's go for that. By go through the schoolhouse, I mean go through all the classrooms. I don't know why I walked into the schoolhouse here. There's nothing to see. Alright, let's give this a go. If we find all the classrooms, we've gotten up to grade 8. I think we need to have added the final classroom with the drafting room, which we've done. So we should be able to find 9 classrooms, in theory. We get to do some reading. Here we go. The history of Orindia, Ajera to Iraja. Ajera to Iraja. Well, Iraja is one of the places we want to learn about, so that's good. December 8th. Forward. Orindia was once the name used to designate the realms of the eastern waters. Though the term is no longer employed in the halls of politics, nor commonly known to the average citizen, its memory flickers in the hearts of those who hail from the lands that it once encompassed, and many of the elder generation in hushed circles still refer to themselves as Orindians. Yet, we must not let the flame of our history dwindle into the obscurity of whispered conversations, nor permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon the name of our land. We must keep alive the embers of our past and preserve them for generations to come. Most historians mark the beginning of the First Era, often denoted as Ajera, by the ascension of the first king of Orindia, whose name Oris would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Oris was known, before his coronation, as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of these bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the 1st century, the black banners of Orindia could be seen fluttering in every hamlet and hostelry, even along every thoroughfare from Oris all the way to the western banks. A new kingdom was born, Castle Orindia. The Second Era. It was the 4th king of Orindia who split this vast domain in equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. We did read this before, so Orinda Ares, Arch Ares, and Iraja. Is there any clues as to the colors here? The eldest accepted the gift and called his new realm Orinda Ares after the angelic paragon of royalty, Orinda, the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather. To the youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse which at the time was not as developed but a good deal more vast than his eldest brother's lot. And to the middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Iraja, the mystical realm of the ancestors, a land steeped in tradition, magic, and the poetry of the old tongue. And there are the symbols. Third Era. As the Second Era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued with the tradition, and the Third Era was defined by the construction of a vast network of railways that spanned the breadth of the land, linking the northern mountains of Arch Ares to the southern shores of Iraja. This development facilitated travel and commerce between the 3 realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future, a promise that would unfortunately, as my readers will soon find, not be kept. So the information I get from this is that they had railways between these 3 kingdoms. I'm going to mark these 3 kingdoms as being railway kingdoms. I need to get some notes here. Hold on. Got our notes for countries, or realms, I called it. So realms, we have Arch Ares and Orinda Ares and Iraja. Orinda Ares. We've already figured out that one. Although wasn't Orinda Ares roadways? I might be wrong here, but we'll say it's railway. And then we've got Iraja. I don't have a color for Iraja yet. Arch Ares I figured out is yellow because we did that little puzzle box. Oh, we did the puzzle box, sorry, I should say, back in the trading post. And the symbol on that was the archery symbol. And that was yellows. So Iraja we don't have a color for, but supposedly it's the railway. I'm going to write down that Orinda Ares was railway as well. I don't know. Oh, I guess Fen Ares was railway, wasn't it? I don't know. I'm going to have to look back at that. What we did for the sigils there. Fourth era. As the kingdom of Orinda Ares entered the fourth era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Desolates III was a king who listened to the voices of all his subjects, from the most influential advisors to the humblest of citizens. Sounds like a good guy. He was a king who was often seen among the people, eating, drinking, and conversing, a sight that shocked not only the gentry and the court, but the masses as well, who could scarce believe that they, as peasantry, would ever sup with the crown. Desolates was renowned as the king of the people, and it was therefore a surprise to no one when he made the decision to move the capital from the secluded mountains of Reddington to the public stage of Oris, leaving castle and court behind. Okay, so Reddington was the location of the castle. Interesting. The people were overjoyed by this choice, and the city welcomed their king with open arms and great fanfare. Yet, not all were swayed so easily. There were those who viewed the king's conduct to be unbecoming of his station, and were wary of how readily he could be persuaded by the tears and tales of the common folk. These dissenting voices planted the seeds of discontent, which took root in the lawns and gardens of the nobles of Fen, or as I have been instructed to say, the grand city of Fen. Ah. Okay, so Fen was the aristocrats. Interesting. Era of Ruin. After the passing of King Desolates III, the fourth era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died naturally in his old age and surrounded by his people in Oris. I remember with the censored version of the book, it said, thankfully, the king died. He died naturally in his old age and surrounded by his people in Oris, far away from the growing unrest among the western city of Fen. On the very next day, the 6th of October, the self-proclaimed Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a surprising number of supporters, due to the fact that Desolates IV shared his father's good name but little of his virtues. Oh. Interesting. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Fensurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city streets, stained in red. I see. Okay, so Desolates IV was not such a good person. They pulled back their troops, kind of invaded Fen. But, I mean, Prince Learson of Fen was declaring himself a monarch. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch Ares and Nuance to join their cause. Arch Ares and Nuance joined their cause. Does that make them military? Like Arch Ares and Nuance, are they military realms? However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried 1 in every 3 men. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death he had won. Oris had fallen, and with it the realm. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen of Fen. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. Arch Ares and Nuance joined the cause. I might throw in that Arch Ares and Nuance are military as possibilities. I'll put military question mark. And Nuance here. Okay. Oops. Hold on. Was that the end? The current era. Today, the realms inherited by the 3, Fen Ares, Arch Ares, and Iraja, once again stand united as allies. Though the distance between our peoples has grown, our connection to this land remains as strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span across our realm serves as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. And as those trees continue to grow, so do our hopes for a common future. A future where we are not defined by the colors of the banners we raise, but by that which connects us, a land that we each call home. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth the greatest empire the world had ever seen, the land of our fathers, of our mothers, and of our children. This land is, after all that has happened, still Orindia. Ooh. Ooh, that was censored for sure. Interesting. Okay. So a little bit less information than I was hoping for, but that's still good. It's still good. We learned about how this place came to be. Castle Orindia. And there's the crown that we now possess. Okay. Interesting stuff. We may have learned something about the sigils. I'm not sure. There's a workshop and a secret passage. I think we'll take the workshop here, because we can't afford the secret passage, and the gallery holds no value to me right now because I can't figure it out. Then over here we got ourselves another sledgehammer. And an A. Hold on, let's check the paintings notes. Paintings. A on the third row. Yep, that's right. Good stuff. What is that? Road and rod. Do we have a lever in here? I don't see one. So how am I supposed to use this here elevator in the foundation? I don't quite get it. Maybe it's if we had a doorway leading to the foundation then it would work? I'm not sure. Sledgehammer, let's carry on through this doorway. We have the classroom, the dining room, and the spare green room. We're definitely taking the classroom here. The doorway even fits the way that we want, but we can't take it. I don't have any gems. Oh no. Alright, we'll take the spare green room, I guess. But then we have to get something that turns left. Turns northward, I should say. Because I don't know how to get the foundation working. Let's do the spare green room. Is there a gem in here? Maybe there's a trunk? Nope. Nope. Okay. Instead of opening this door, because this door really matters, I'm going to head back. Still don't quite understand what we're supposed to do for the foundation there. I regret drafting it. It's just in the way now. Ooh, okay, the observatory is mandatory for us to proceed. We're getting a little bit unlucky here. What does the observatory give us today, though? An additional constellation at the very least. Oh, we got diamonds. Not bad. Farmer's apple. Apples are extra delicious today. And the slice. Okay, well, the farmer's apple works pretty well when we have classrooms as a thing. The ballroom, the corridor, and the chapel. Well, we finally got a three-door room. Also, what happened to the crown? Don't know how to use the crown, apparently. Theater, stage, antler, deer, buck, and I don't know. Okay, well, let's go in here, donate 1 coin to the cause, and let's explore to the right. Maybe we can get some dice. Another thing we could do is combine the metal detector and the lockpick kit set, because we're running low on keys. I like how the classrooms are teaching us how to do the puzzles. It's really good. Oh, wait, yeah, no, I guess we wanted to draft from the classroom because it gives us more options. Oh, no. It's a dead end. That's it. Yikes. Okay, well, the classroom thing isn't going to work out for us then. I guess we'll just get one so that we can draft more. Ah, that's so sad. I'd like to figure out this foundation lever thing. This business. Here's the history class. We've seen it before. Let's draft. We'll use a fancy lock. The coat check, not the time. The boudoir and the bunk room, but we can redraw. What are we looking for? The vault? Do I have any use for the vault now? I don't have anywhere to spend the money other than the kitchen. We don't have any vault keys. Nope. So this might be it. The office spreads money. The showroom would be good, I suppose. The locksmith, the pool, the dark room. Nope. Laboratory, we can rotate it. Hooray. Yeah, laboratory doesn't help us, does it? Oh, we can freeze our accounts. That's a good one. 6 gems and 67 money. There you go. That's a good thing to redraw for. Let's grab it. Good. Okay, we'll be super wealthy tomorrow then. There's the freezer. And in the freezer we have a couple of pictures. Oh, these are frozen again. Oh, okay, cool. We can always go back here to get another prism key. And gems and so on. I took these before. Alright. Well, there you go. We, on day 32 here, have a lot of steps remaining, but we've got some stuff to carry over. Did we have anything else to do? I don't think so. Schoolhouse. I think that's it. The foundation is really kind of bothersome. Let's go back to the workshop, see if we can figure that out. Got a chair. I see no lever. Okay. Alright. Well, I don't know what's up with this whole foundation thing. I guess just if you get a key card, then great. You can go down there and use the foundation to come up. But if you don't find a key card, then that's too bad. It's a shame that we got the mailroom today when we didn't really get to explore the house too much. We only got one side of it. The number of classrooms. I definitely want to get this classroom thing done. That's really exciting me to go to the final exam. I think we've understood each room for the most part. Like the art room makes sense to me. Maybe not necessarily these drawings here, but we've, yeah, like all the color room, the math room, etc. It all makes sense. Grade 2. I get this. Grade 1. Now, okay, actually, hold on. Let's make sure we do understand this. The problem is that they didn't do the right colors on each thing. Yeah, that's fine. We can figure it out. Green broccoli, green grapes, maybe? Purple grapes is also a reasonable color for that. Oh, hold on. There you go. The flags. Hey, this is a way we can figure out the flag colors. I didn't even realize until just now. So if we look at our realms, we have, this is Arch Aries. Arch Aries should be yellow. So does somebody have a yellow Arch Aries? Nope, that's all red. There's a yellow Arch Aries. So they're right with that. That's a Raja, I believe. Hold on, I need to bring up my other picture. Yeah, so that's a Raja. Which should not be green. Nuance is green. So we don't know what color it's supposed to be there. We don't know what color Korarika is supposed to be either. 9 out of 12. Is that banana yellow or orange? I can't actually tell. That must be yellow. It's the same as the Arch Aries flag. So banana being yellow makes sense. Pumpkin being orange makes sense. Which of these is wrong? The gecko is wrong? We have the gecko and this flag being wrong for sure. I don't know whether the newspaper... Oh, that should be a blueprint. That's a blueprint there. So those three are wrong, which means that orange is right for Korarika. Let's make a note of that. Korarika is orange. There we go. We learned something today. And Iraja, we should be able to use elimination to figure out what color Iraja should be as well. Because this here is wrong. 10 out of 12 means these two flags are wrong. Oh. Which probably means that Iraja is purple. I'm going to write that down. There we go. My favorite color is red. So there's a purple one. Each color is only used twice. That's a good note. Blueprint, so this blue flag is wrong. We know that one. And this red gecko is wrong. So yeah, so purple and orange, those are the correct ones. Haha! I love how little clues are spread everywhere. This one, really? The gecko is green? Oh, alright. Now I know. I didn't realize that. Good, I'm glad we came back here and learned a little bit more. Still have that dune and dessert. Ah, I just feel there's a synonym I'm not thinking of on that one. Good stuff overall. Well, let's call it a day there. Our assets are frozen, and we'll have a lot to work with tomorrow. Maybe not the mailroom, I guess. East-facing campus, that's funny.